Hi guys, I'm Laura Vitale. On this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I want to show you how I make my spinach pesto pasta that is so good, perfect for this time of year, and what I love most about it, as it sits in the fridge, it gets better and better. So I like to make the whole batch, and then Joe and I will have some for dinner tonight, then we'll have some for lunch tomorrow, and then the next day, if there's any leftovers, we'll have it for lunch then as well, because it just gets better and better as it sits and all those flavors mingle. So good. Let me show you the list of ingredients we're going to need. Not very many, but they're all the right ones. You're going to need some spinach, baby spinach that's been washed and dried. Pasta of your choice. I'm using this little shape here. I don't even know what this is called, but I like it. I've got some tomatoes. These were some little round tomatoes that I just quartered. Then in here, I've got fresh parsley, basil, garlic, a lemon, some more chopped up garlic. These are some toasted pistachios. You can use any nuts you want. I've got parm, olive oil, salt and pepper, and that's pretty much all you're going to need. Very easy, very simple, but so yummy. Now what I have going on back here behind me is a pot full of water with a generous sprinkle of salt up to a boil. What I'm going to do, I'm going to drop my spinach into the boiling water, leave it in there for like 20 seconds just until the spinach wilts. Then I'm going to take the spinach out, I'm going to put it back into the same bowl. And as soon as I do that, I'm going to add the pasta to the boiling water so that the pasta can fully cook. And then when I meet you back here, we're going to make the pesto and pretty much pull the whole thing off together. It's so easy and so simple, but it is so good. A complete and total showstopper of an entree that I think will be phenomenal on any buffet or any like summertime dinner or anything like that. It'd be great. So I'm going to drop these in, and then I'm going to do the same to the pasta. My spinach was in there for literally like 20 seconds. Now, if you want to, you can allow your spinach to cool a little further and just squeeze it by hand, but this is what I do. I take my spinach and I just, using a slotted spoon, I kind of just push it against my bowl just to try to get rid of as much of that liquid as possible. But really, I'm very impatient and girls gotta eat, so I just kind of want to get everything in so it can come out, so it can go back in. All right, now to my spinach, I want some freshness. I want parsley and I want basil. I also have my garlic. I've got my pistachios. And now I'm going to add a little zest of lemon. And I'm short. Tippy toes come in handy. Juice of half of a lemon in there. You can use a whole lemon if you want to, but that's pretty juicy, so I'm going to leave that at half. Freshly grated pepper. Good pinch of salt. I'm going to add a healthy grating of parm. Oh, this is so good. So good. And you can use this pesto, by the way, on anything. You can use it as a dressing for like potato salad. You can use it as a spread for like chicken sandwiches or wraps or anything like that. It's just really good, really versatile. It's fresh, yet it's got a lot of body to it. It's just overall a really, really great recipe. And I think you're gonna love it. Okay, now with the lid on, I'm gonna start processing this, and then I'm gonna, as this is going, I'm also gonna drizzle in some olive oil. So start it and then drizzle enough olive oil to get the consistency you like. Don't allow it to get too runny because we're going to thin it out with some of that starchy cooking water. You don't want to add so much oil that the whole thing just becomes greasy. I'm really only looking for like a 1/4 cup of oil or so for the whole thing. Now, what I'm going to do really quickly, and this is completely optional, I just think that it allows the tomatoes to really soften and develop their sweetness, and then all that juice seeps into the pasta. I'm going to very, very quickly saute my tomatoes with some garlic, olive oil, and just a touch of salt. That's it. I've got just a little bit of olive oil in my skillet. To it, I'm going to add my garlic, and I'm just going to let this just come to temperature with the oil, because what I want is to infuse the oil. So if I were to wait until the oil is really hot and add the garlic in, the garlic's gonna start to brown and sizzle really quickly, and that flavor won't release, therefore it won't flavor the oil, it won't infuse the oil. So I'm gonna let that just sizzle for about 30 seconds or so over medium heat. This is not gonna take very long. The whole thing is gonna take about a minute or so. Add your tomatoes along with a good pinch of salt. And I'm just going to cook the tomatoes for about 35 to 40 seconds or so. I just kind of want to warm them through, and that little bit of time is enough to just do what it's supposed to do. And I'm going to let them sit until the pasta is done cooking. I'm then going to drain the pasta, but make sure you save about a half a cup or so of the starchy cooking water. And I'm going to meet you back here and pull the whole thing together. All right, so my pasta's fully cooked. I have drained it. I also reserved some of the starchy cooking water just to help things move along a little easier. Getting my pesto all in there. And it might not look like there's a lot of pesto, but it is plenty. It is just enough to coat the pasta beautifully. Then, I want you to see why I love doing that method of sauteing the tomatoes really quickly, because you see all that juice? That is amazingness. That tells me that that juice is going to soak up in that sauce and mingle with that spinach pesto and be phenomenal. Before I add any cooking water, which I might not need to, it all depends on how much liquid the tomatoes give out, I'm going to add one final grating of parm. And then give everything a really, I want to make a spoon. Give everything a beautiful stir. Yeah, I definitely don't think I need to add any cooking water because this just seems to be moving beautifully on its own. Oh, and it smells divine. Just give this a stir for like 30 seconds to make sure everything is well combined, because I don't want a single piece of pasta not to be coated in that glorious pesto. And my mouth is watering. Okay, that's enough. I'm gonna plate. Look at that. Oh, those tomatoes are plump and juicy and sweet. Everything I love about food in one bowl. This is a bit much for just one person. Whoa, whoa, Nelly. I forgot my fork, which is never a good thing when you're getting ready to taste some food. I'm gonna go right in. I do want a piece of tomato with my pasta though. Oh yes. If I can get it on the fork. It goes down so easy. It is divine. It's sweet, it's fresh, it tastes delicious now, but wait until you pop it in the fridge and let those flavors marry. It will taste even better, I promise. Go to laurainthekitchen.com to get the written recipe. I hope you enjoyed spending time with me, and I hope you give this a try this week. I promise you it will be a hit in your household. I'll see you next time. Bye.